Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Phantasy Calradia. Now, when we left off, we had decided that it would be a good idea to level up a couple more dwarves and maybe a couple more blazing hand units, but I didn't really get round to that, although I have improved some of our dwarves here. As you can see, we do have 3 dwarven paragons. Luckily enough, I was able to find 2 bands of skeletons. I believe they had 67 each, or was it 57? Well, it was quite a lot, anyway. And we then went on to fight some Sea Raiders. I captured a whole load of them, and I was able to find a ransom broker. Unfortunately, the ransom broker was rather far away. As you can probably see here, the ransom broker was at Suno, and I have just come from there. And then, lo and behold, I actually received a message that stated there was an undead army nearby. Oh yes, near Nemasia, I believe, yes. And that was King Barney's first village in the original series, so that holds a lot of nostalgia for me. Now, as you see here, we do have a couple of companions, and a couple of additional dwarves that I just recruited before I made my way to Suno, and they are going to be leveled up thanks to our new companion's trainer skill, which of course is Lezelet here. As you can see, he has no gear whatsoever. Well, it appears that most of our units actually don't have too good gear. So what we're going to be doing, hopefully in this episode, is gaining them quite a lot of different pieces of equipment, and then we'll hopefully be able to make them into, well, let's just say relatively good fighters, because at the moment they're charging in and dying almost immediately, so that's probably not a good idea. Let's level up his power strike a little more, Endel's, shall we say, and then we'll move on to our other companions. Now, as you see, Vederan, I do believe, has leveled up twice. Now, funnily enough, I did get beset upon by a bunch of bandits when I was attempting to find the ransom broker at night, and I leveled up to 14 from that, and 13 I was actually able to gain a level from fighting the skeletons, so that was quite cool. I was able to wade into the middle of them, of course, and complete a turn undead spell, which is rather cool. So let's level up his creativity a little bit more, and what else do we want to get him? He is a crossbowman. So, Iron Flesh? No, not Iron Flesh. We'll go for Weapon Master, why not? That will make it so that he can at least level up his crossbows a little bit faster. And I think we probably need to level up his strength a little bit more next time he levels up. So yeah, let's do that. And Ninok. Okay, so she has some very nice stat lines right here, as you see. Engineer. She is a good engineer by the looks of things. Is anyone else an engineer? I do not believe so. No, she is our engineer, our sole engineer right here. So, we're going to be, I think, just leveling up her intelligence, really, and get her some more engineering, and we may as well get her some more Iron Flesh as well. And then we'll start leveling her strength after that, because, of course, now we have reached a milestone in the engineering department. That's rather nice. Now let's get her a little bit of one-handed weapon proficiency, just in case she uses one of those. And then we're going to head over to Vederan. Now, as you see, we have leveled up twice. I did not decide to spend any skill points because I wanted us to do it together. And now, what are we going to be speccing into? Well, we don't need riding skill, that's for sure. We have 4 in that. That's very nice. And I do seem to remember that we were attempting to increase our entertainment. So let's do 1 in that, 1 in faith, and then we'll get another point in intelligence, and then we'll go for another point in entertainment. And then what do we want to do? Do we want to increase charisma a little bit more, or do we just want to level up our strength, or maybe even agility? I mean, our agility is okay, but it's pretty low. I'm actually thinking more intelligence, to be honest, because I would really like to get maybe more surgery? Wait a minute. Who is our surgeon here? It's us! So I think maybe more surgery would probably help us out quite a bit there. Although entertainment is calling to me. I would love to do entertainment, so let's just have a look here. 5 in entertainment, that would be really nice. Should we just do that? Yeah, let's just do that. Why not? Let's live dangerously. We may as well. So let's level up his throwing proficiency a little bit, and a little bit of archery just in case we get the worst luck ever in a future tournament, you never know. And now, without further ado, let's head in versus the undead army. And as you see, they do have some shadow wizards, so I'm hoping that they are, well, let's just say a little toned down to how they were previously. So let's charge and get stuck in some trees, apparently, yes. And as you may have seen, I have now purchased a horse. This cost me, I do believe, 2,800. Thankfully enough, all the prisoners that I gained from that Sea Raider band, I was able to very easily get that back, so it's not too bad. Now, let us be cautious here. We want to get our spiritual hammer out. We want to bless everyone, of course. Now, do bear in mind, I don't believe I can use Turn Undead while I am mounted, so we're just going to have to do this the old-fashioned way a little bit here. Now, I barely have any archers, so I'm not entirely sure whether it's actually worth even telling them to hold position, but maybe? Okay, well, we're going to charge in there anyway, and we'll see what we can do. Now, I'm hoping that all of our units will do an excellent job. We do seem to be okay at the moment. We are taking out quite a few of them, but as it stands, we are seeming to lose quite a few of our Inquisitors. We lost a Paragon already. That's not very fun, is it? No! That took me quite a while to level that fellow up, although it does help to have a good amount of trainer skill, thanks to Lezelit, of course. So that's not all bad. And it does appear as though we are completely running them down at the moment, so that's not all bad. It's pretty good. And hopefully we'll gain a suitable amount of experience to balance out the loss of our Dwarven Paragon friend right there. 14 Renown is a very nice reward as well. 7 Morale too. And what did we lose? We lost 4 Dwarven Fighters, 2 Inquisitors, 1 Paragon. This is telling me, you know what you should have done? You should have leveled up your surgery skill, shouldn't you? Yes. That would have been a good idea. But unfortunately, I was greedy. I wanted to have the entertainment, of course. Oh well, never mind. Okay, we do have 3 additional Dwarven Paragons from that fight, so that is great. 9 additional Dwarven Champions, so I do believe all of our Dwarves have now leveled up, apart from these 4 here. Actually, these 7. Ah, wow, okay. And then we get some more Blazing Hand Footmen as well, so let's level those up. Let's put them at the front of the party. And we'll head on over to Frudak, who has now leveled up, and we are just going to be concentrating on leveling up his strength and his two-handed weaponry. That seems good. Okay, so that was great. That was actually not bad at all. We did get a little bit of loot, but what I'd like to do is... Oh my goodness! Suno's just come under siege by the looks of things. Oh goodness me, wow. Okay, well, I suppose we'll head to Uxkhal then instead. Ah, well, that's pretty unfortunate, isn't it? Yes, I was being chased by that undead army for quite some time, so I suppose that is when it became under siege. Goodness, wow. Okay, they move very fast, don't they? Yes, the Riders Majorocracy, everyone. Wow, they do seem to be conquering quite a lot, as I say that, so, Okay, well, we'll just head into the goods here. We're going to be selling these things here, and gaining a tidy profit, not bad. If I can make above 800 dinars per week, then I am in a very good spot. However, if I make less than that, then we're going to be in trouble, because as you can see by our weekly budget here, we are having 800 deducted from our treasury, shall we say, from our wealth, every single week, thanks to our wages. And there's our renown and honor rating, by the way, in case anyone is interested to know about that sort of thing. And now let's head over here. Now, we are only at war against the Deltasum Empire. I would really love to head down there and maybe, well, I don't want to say raid villages, but raiding villages might not actually be the worst thing, because then we could gain a lot of money. We might also be able to draw out one of the lower level vassals, and I didn't actually mouse over Uxkhal and actually take advantage of looking at this, but what is going on here? Only 14? Oh wow. Wow, okay, I am speechless from that. I really thought that the Riders Majorocracy would definitely try to garrison their newly conquered fiefs with a... Oh. Well, they've taken Suno now as well, but yes, with a larger force. But they do have, I suppose, Clay Golem, Stone Golem, and a couple of bodyguards, and an Adept Mage. So maybe that makes a difference. Maybe they're just so powerful that they are perfectly fine with leaving them there, but really, 14? Goodness me. The Blazing Hand needs to do something about that. Well, never mind. We're going to be... actually, not heading on just yet. I would like to test out our entertainment skill, if possible. Aha! I want to perform something simple. Yes, let's do that. Okay, so there's our wages, unfortunately enough. We have already gained 500, though, so technically we've only lost 300, which is not all bad. Now, let's see. You failed utterly in your performance. Why? No! Okay, what about, I want to perform something casual? Maybe that's even worse. We really need higher entertainment skill. We can level it up fully to 7, I believe. 7 in entertainment might actually make a difference, but at the moment, we just need the experience. We need to be able to level up. So what I'm going to be doing is heading on over to... Oh my goodness, we really failed there as well. We'll head over to the Delthasum Empire, and we'll see what we can do. Now, I'm going to be making a speech. Hopefully the speech is a little bit easier to do, and we'll see whether... Aha! Look at that! Oh yes, your passionate speech reaches the hearts of many. You earn 5 right to rule and 20 renown. Well, I've lost 20 renown just from me failing, so let's hopefully try this out again. Let's see whether the speech has a higher chance of success, because I've never had anything else. Oh no! Okay, well, we irritate some people. Oh no, that's terrible. Well, never mind. We did see at least one successful speech, and as you see, our trainer skill is now working feverishly to level up our companions here. Very nice indeed. Now, Ymira is actually not very useful to us at the moment, or is she? Aha, okay, so she is actually pretty decent in first aid, so I think we're going to be... That's very tricky, you know, because I don't really want to level up her first aid anymore, but I kind of do at the same time. So I'm going to level that up, but I'm also going to level up strength as a side dish, shall we say, and once she gets to around 10, maybe to 11 strength, we can start to equip her with some very nice gear. So let's hopefully make that a reality, and yes, everyone else is perfectly fine. So let's head on over to the Delthasum Empire, and if we see, aha, a band of unholy knights, maybe we want to head over there and take them on. Where is that, though? Let's head over to notes. And we want to go to locations, and we'll head down to S, of course. So, where is it? This one. Aha! It's actually quite close. Oh no, Decuba is in the center of the Saranid territory, but we are heading down there anyway, so I think that's actually not bad. Yes, there it is. Okay, so let's head that way, and if we come across any undead units, then we will take them on and vanquish them from this land. That seems to be the way to do things. And we are very close to our village as well, so maybe we can do a task for the village elder. That might be a good idea. Try to increase our relation with them a little bit. And who's that? Sanctimonious fundamentalists. Well, they are holy men, technically. So I will leave them alone. And, aha, okay, well, great job, Swadia. Yes, you just basically let them take 2 towns for free. Maybe the Blazing Hand would have done well to attack the Swadians first, but oh well. Whatever can we do now? Nothing much. We're just going to have to deal as much damage as we can against the undead units of this land, and maybe the evil units as well, because Drow maybe could be construed as being slightly evil, or at least a little bit dark, you know. So maybe? Nah, I won't pursue them. They seem a little bit on the small side for my liking. And yes, it does appear as though my quest has now failed to meet the spy in the Obsidian Spire, of course. And where are those unholy knights now? And it's just turned to night, so I'm having a much greater difficult time here, so okay, well, I'll tell you what. If I can find a vassal to fight, a Delthasum Empire vassal, then very, very nice. But if I can find the Unholy Knights, then that's even better. So, I will cut away, and I'll see you soon. Okay, so after a very small amount of time, I was able to find these fellows here, but actually they found me, believe it or not, because as you can see by my path here, I was walking down here, I just thought, well, let's go up and down here and see if we can find them. And lo and behold, they were already pursuing us. So let's have a look here. They have 11 Shadow Knights, 11 Skeleton Knights, and 7 Zombie Knights. Now, I can only assume that Knights are going to be very difficult to take out, but as you can see here, we do get to see their unique modeling. I like that a lot. So let's charge in. They only have 29, we have 74. We should have the advantage here, but you know how things are. Oh my, we might have a couple of issues. Now, we're going to be blessing everyone here, and we're also going to be summoning our spiritual hammer, of course. Now, let's see what we can do. I have no ranged units where I have 3, but it's really not going to make too much difference. Let's stand a little closer here, shall we? Just to make sure that they all get stopped, and let's do some jump and... Never mind. Okay. Well, I don't know whether you saw that, but 326 damage. And I was jumping in midair. So I'm not entirely sure what happened there at all. I do believe I was lanced, of course, but wow. That was impressive, I have to admit. That makes me rather daunted to take on any other knights now. Oh no. If that happens to me while we're fighting regular knights, then what are we going to be like when we're fighting Delthasum Empire vassals? And we're losing a huge amount of our Dwarven Champions and Blazing Hand Inquisitors now, which is not great. Not great at all. Come on, guys. You can take them out. We were winning so incredibly... Oh, wow, they had fireballs to throw at us. That is why they were doing so much damage. Okay. Well, I did not realize about that, that's for sure. Goodness me, look at this zombie. Whoa, okay, who knew zombies were so agile, that's for sure. But there it is anyway, we do gain some pretty considerable renown rewards as well as some morale as well. But is it worth it for the cost? 6 Dwarven Champions lost, and... Well, actually, that was not too bad. We didn't lose any Paragons, which is very nice, but I was hoping we could keep as many champions as we could. But, aha! We have some Twilight Boots here. Well, we're going to be keeping those just in case, because they are better in every respect. They have 5 additional leg armor for us, so that's great. And, as you see here, 6,742 experience shared within our party here. So everyone is going to gain a level here. What are we going to do with Ferentis here? I do believe I was leveling up his strength, so let's just give him some more in that. And he is using a sledgehammer after all, so two-handed weapon proficiency is going to be very, very good. Now, Kevtul, he is going to be our cleric friend. So, we're just going to be leveling up his charisma and faith once again. Wait a minute. Let's not do that. Let's level up his strength and level up his faith. Because, of course, we do need to get him some better armor eventually. One of you did tell me that it is probably a good idea to level up strength just so that everyone can wear good armor. Because if they can't, then it's basically pointless. So yes, that would be a good idea. Now, let's see here. Let's level up his Iron Flesh a little bit more. Or Magic Defense? Maybe Magic Defense would be better. Yes, let's do that. And what else do we want here? Archery, of course. There we go. And now let's level up some of these fellows as well. Dashavi leveled up. Great. Okay, wow. Seems everyone's leveling up nowadays. And what else do we want here? Do we want magic defense? Yes, we want some magic defense. We'll level up her strength as well. We could get her to 12 and then an additional point in power draw too. Very good. Okay, so no one else? No, it appears no one else apart from 2 additional Blazing Hand Inquisitors. And that was it. So we actually lost quite a lot from that. We lost 13, and now we really don't have a very good chance of taking on any Delthasum Empire vassals. Or at least I would like to, but... maybe they're going to have to be very, very small vassals at least. You know what would be amazing? If we could actually get the Delthasum Empire to start sieging something, and then we could go to defend it or something like that. We would gain a huge amount, in my opinion, of very nice experience. And what's this? Okay, well, yes, you can somewhat see that this is definitely not going to happen anytime soon. Thankfully enough, because he is such a large party, we are easily able to move in the opposite direction. That is unfortunate. It's really unfortunate that the Blazing Hand decides to do it that way. Maybe... Wait a minute. I'm going to take a poll here. Now, would you guys like us to leave the Blazing Hand and start our own faction immediately? Because what I'm thinking of is, I think you can probably tell, we'll head over to Suno and we'll actually try to take over the Riders Majorocracy's, well, newly conquered fiefs that they took from the Swadians. And maybe that would be a good idea. So let me know. Is that a good idea or not? Because we would, of course, lose quite a lot of relation with the leader of the Blazing Hand. We'd probably lose relation with the actual faction itself. And in return, we might have a chance of taking Suno and Uxkhal from the Riders Majorocracy. Now, the only thing about them is that I have no idea how strong their armies are. So what I'll do off-screen is I'll take a look and see what kind of units they have, and if they are so incredibly powerful that there would be no chance at all for us to defend against them, then I will try to formulate a different plan. But at the moment, I do believe that the Delthasm Empire vassals are, well, quite difficult. So I'm not entirely sure whether we would be able to do anything against them. However, whoa, okay, it does appear as though the Riders Majorocracy is just going crazy when it comes to declaring war against everyone. But as you see, once again, we do have Lord Arolsturg here with 533 units. I mean, I know most of them are zombies. For example, 96 skeletons, 98 zombies, 53 skeleton warriors, 56 zombie warriors, and so forth. But then he backs it up with zombie knights, shadow wizards, liches, high priests, and so forth, and he even has 47 shadows too. So, I think if I had a larger army, like one before we fought the zombie knights, I would probably try it, but it's not looking good, is it? I mean, seriously. So, yes, what I'm going to do is end this episode off here, after we... No, wait. Yes. After we level up Aiden, I almost told him to go away, but thankfully enough I was able to rectify that in time. Now, let's see, what are we going to get him here? More Weapon Master, I suppose, increases throwing skill even further? That seems to be the only thing he can get at the moment, but I did level up his strength a little bit, just so that he can hopefully learn to use some better armor. Now, I'm going to go after these dwarves. I'm not going to end the episode off just yet. Gonna head over here, hopefully take on these dwarves and see what I can do about leveling up our units a little further. I am still hoping to get a nice elite small force here, and maybe in the next episode we'll have around maybe 90 units. It's just when I went to the dwarven villages, they decided, oh yes, we're not going to give you any units whatsoever. So yeah, that was not exactly the greatest thing that could ever happen. So yeah, hopefully this time around when I head back there, they will decide to give me a few more. And I'll also head to Blazing Hand territory and do the same there. So yes, let's just teach these dwarves a thing or two about dealing good damage, I suppose. No, Endel, where are you going? Come back here. Oh yes, we don't want him to run in by himself as per usual. Okay, yeah, it's actually just dawned on me that our companions have absolutely atrocious gear. As you can see, Marnid has a club, and he's using peasant's robes. And as you see, Ymira has a dagger, and she's wearing a peasant woman's dress. So that is absolutely amazing, is it not? Yes, I am excellent at gearing out our companions. Okay, well, let's try and take some of these... Well, that's the second time that's happened. And I should have known, you know. I really should have known that that was actually going to happen, because he had a glaive, or what was it now, a bardiche perhaps? He had a bardiche and he was very willing to use it. And, wow. That was impressive. Well, yeah, I suppose I am the decoy. I am the decoy, and my army is able to completely decimate them. So, yes, we haven't actually lost any units whatsoever to death, so I can only say that this is a complete success. And just ignore my health bar in the bottom right. Oh, yes. I'm still alive, technically. Of course. Yes. This is me over here. Right here. Yes. Okay, well, there we are. That is great. I survived that, no problem at all. And now we're able to take a couple of prisoners. I was hoping to get a few more higher level units taken prisoner, because of course we do need to make more than 800 a week to stay above water, as it were. And hopefully some of this loot will actually help us out with that. Okay, well, we have a couple more Blazing Hand Inquisitors here, and, ooh, 2 more Dwarven Champions. Very nice. Okay, so I will end this episode off here. I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.